How you doing? This is Melvin Brown. Welcome back to Melvin Brown Experience. Today is not going to be a story time, but today is going to be another topic. And this topic, I want to talk about this because this is very controversial. I talked about it before, but I want to talk about it again because there's more details that happens. Now, the topic I want to talk about is protection magic. In life, we are going to piss a lot of people off, intentionally or unintentionally. Meaning, if you are good at your job, and let's just say you're a prosecutor and you're good at your job, you can have somebody that wants to lay roots on you, or you're going to have somebody that's going to plot on you to get hurt pretty bad. What a spiritual protection is going to do is pull you away from that case or pull you away from harmful situations. When you do a protection ritual, the best thing you gotta do is stay the hell out the way. Meaning, if you keep on doing dumb stuff, like if you a drug dealer and you still hot and drawing on all this attention, spiritual protection is not going to save you. It might save you from a few altercations that your life could have been taken. For example, if you're a drug dealer, you're more than likely to get caught up in gunfire, stabbings, fights. If you keep putting yourself in that environment, yes, you are protected. But if you keep on putting yourself in that situation, spirits can't do that much. Yeah, it could be a shooting taking place. You might get hit in the shoulder. You might get hit in the buttocks. You got harmed, but you're still alive. That's why staying out the way is very important when you do spiritual protection. Now, when you do spiritual protection, I always tell my clients before I do the spiritual protection, I'm going to give it a week in advance. Melvin, why give it to a week in advance? Here's the reason why I always tell my clients I'm not going to do the ritual as soon as you tell me to do it. I give you a week in advance. The reason why I give people a week in advance, because I want you to get your Crime Alert app and I want you to observe your environment. Now, if you live in the suburbs and crime barely happens around your neighborhood and you got the protection ritual and out of nowhere, you get the app that same day, and then you wait for the week and a half for me to finish the ritual, you're not going to see nothing. All you're going to see is probably traffic stops and some weird stuff, because when you live in the suburbs, ain't no hardcore crime happen. Now, when the ritual is done, you're going to realize the difference. Now, when you get this Crime Alert app and the protection ritual is officially done, what's going to happen is you're going to start to see a lot of crazy shit. You are going to see ruthless crime on that app. Let me give you an example. So I remember probably a few months ago, probably this had to be about almost last year, a female client comes to me saying, hey Melvin, I need protection rituals. I said, all right, cool. Do me a favor, get the Crime Alert app. Pay attention for the week, see what you say. Melvin, I don't see nothing. The only thing I see is weird ass traffic stops, a little bit of domestic disputes, nothing major going on. As soon as the protection ritual was done, she starts seeing weird stuff. Like she seen something on the app talking about reports of a man or reports of a disturbed man cutting himself. She was freaked out. She didn't know where the hell was coming from. And I said, I told you, this happens. When you get protection rituals done, doors open. Now, if you're a goody two-shoes and you don't really do that much, you stay out the way, you mind your business, and you just want protection just to have protection, a lot of chaos will happen around you, not to you. What do I mean around you? So, this literally happened about 3 weeks ago. One of my clients called me in frantic zone. Melvin, I need to talk to you. I called her. I said, baby girl, what's going on? Turned out My client is on her way to the bodega, about to buy herself a little chopped cheese, whatever the hell you want to call it. As she's going inside the bodega, she's in the middle of a standoff. And the good news is, her phone died all of a sudden. Like it just restarted. And what's so crazy about that is she was so scared because she said as soon as she hit the corner, her headphones stopped working. And as soon as she's about to walk in the bodega, it's two dudes standing off. And the other dude talking about, yeah, I see you don't got your friends with you now. So what's up? What's up? And they both got their hands on their hip on some cowboy shit. And I said, what did you do? She said she just turned around and walked away. As soon as she walked away, that's when the shit starts saying, wah, 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 wah. They start shooting. She said, Melvin, if I still would have had my headphones on, I probably would have been here. And I say, you still probably would have been here. You probably would have got hit the fuck up. How close was you? She said, Melvin, I was literally about to walk to the store. See, when you do protection rituals, weird stuff like that happens. Weird stuff like that happens. Not all the time, but it happens. It's just giving you an example like, hey, danger is ahead. Take heed to it. Now, one thing about protection rituals, you're going to see some shit that can hurt your feelings. What do I mean by things that can hurt your feelings? Let's just say you're hanging out with a large crowd of people. You consider them as family, you consider them as friends, your foe, your woe, whatever you want to call them. Then out of nowhere, they all turn their back on you. They don't want to fuck with you for some reason. Or somebody lied about something and now everybody is against you. Don't get in your feelings when you're not hanging out with them or they kind of reject you. That is God protection. Every rejection is not a rejection when it comes to doing protection magic. Every rejection is a blessing. Let me give you an example. So I remember probably about, I'm gonna get this shit probably like within March. This good female client of mine wanted some work done. Within a few months, all hell started breaking loose. And what wound up happening was her friends didn't want to hang out with her no more. And she would call me crying, mad. Remind you, these are her childhood friends. Because of a misunderstanding, and I had to tell her, I said, baby girl, look, listen, you going through this, you got nothing to worry about. You never know what they had in store for you. They probably would have hurt you. They probably would have unalived you. You never know. So get out your feelings. It's okay to be in your feelings a little bit, but don't be in your feelings too much. I don't give a fuck. They're your childhood friends. They had something in store for you that God got you out the way. Your ancestors got you out the way. What wound up happening to them friends? They wound up getting in a major car accident that one of them leg got amputated. Another one is brain damage to a point that she would never recover. And the other one is in the wheelchair. And if that happened, what did they have in store for her? And I had to tell her, God saw stuff ahead of time. Your ancestors saw everything ahead of time. And when they saw the outcome of your fate, they got you out the way. Let's continue. Remember I said when you do protection rituals, a lot of weird shit will happen, right? What do I mean by weird shit? So I remember me and my client on FaceTime. I'm cutting the fuck up. I'm geeking. I'm just having a normal conversation with her. And you know, she out there doing her little walk and everything. Out of nowhere, me and her is just talking, having a good conversation. All I hear is say, ah! And I heard, skirt, boom. And I'm over here panicking, screaming, hey, yo. And she got back on the phone. Thank God. She just put her phone down because it was that close. It's like right across the street from her. It was a major car accident that took place. It was so bad that she called off work for a week because it was just so, because I told her everything was going to happen, then it happened. Her situation was she was under spiritual attack, but we couldn't see who it was. So we put protection in the air on her. What wound up happening was after that car accident, within probably a few months later or a few weeks later, I forget, or a few months, her next door neighbor died. She got hit by a car out of nowhere. And turned out that was the one that was doing spiritual attacks on her. That's why spiritual protection is very important when you get this stuff. You never know who's attacking you, and you never fucking know. It could be your family members, it can be your neighbor, it could be your coworker, or it can just be a stranger that just don't fucking like you. I remember this shit years ago. Y'all probably heard this testimony I did years ago. So I remember I did a reading for this woman. She's a good woman. I did a reading for her and everything. And I was like, yo, you're being spiritually attacked, but I don't know who. And she was confused, like, I don't know where it's coming from, Melvin. I said, yo, I don't know either. Let's put some protection on you. So what wound up happening was I did the protection. Within a month later, she calls me, Melvin, I'm having these weird fucking dreams. Now, I'm not going to get in details what her dreams was, but her dreams was indicating there was an attack going on, but she didn't have nothing to worry about because she was being protected. Now, during that time of the next month, her neighbor will always get on her nerves, fucking with her, calling the landlord, doing all types of weird shit, trying to get her evicted. Then, 3 months out of nowhere, that same neighbor talked to her and said she was diagnosed with an illness. 2 months later, that neighbor dies. And while they was cleaning out the house, putting everything in storage or putting everything in the trash, while they was cleaning up, because my client got a good heart, she was down there cleaning up too, turned out there was some witchcraft paraphernalia with my client apartment number written onto it. It don't take a rocket science. See, when you got protection, the best thing you got to do is never start nothing. Because if you start something, your protection is not going to save you. If you keep on playing with fire, you're eventually going to get burnt. Now, when your protection ritual is starting to work, what's going to wind up happening is a lot of weird stuff. Now, let me give you an example. Alright, so you're just watching my channel. You don't got no spiritual worker under your belt. You don't got nothing under your belt. So more than likely, you're not taking heed to it. But when you get spiritual protection done, what's going to wind up happening is you're going to get random phone calls from friends, family members, or some weird type of people that found you on White Page, like somebody that you had beef with years ago. And you don't even have to have beef with them. And what's going to wind up happening is you're going to get a phone call. And the phone call is going to be like this. Hello? Yo, how you doing? Long time. Now, if they keep on saying this, yo, you good? How you been? I just want to check on you. Is you good? Are you okay? Hang up that goddamn phone and put them on a block list. Because they're not checking on you for your well-being. They're checking on you to see that any of their magic touch you. Hang up the phone, block them, keep it moving. That is an indication that somebody is doing something and is not for your benefit. Now, when you're spiritually protected, you don't have to retaliate on nothing. If somebody sends something, just do what you gotta do, keep it moving. You do not have to retaliate. If you retaliate, there can be serious repercussions. Sometimes you just gotta walk away. You have to ignore it. I know sometimes that shit hurts your feelings. You want to go upside somebody's head. You want to crunch on shit, but you can't crunch on shit. Just walk away. You feel like a bitch? Let the spirits take care of it. It is not your job to retaliate if you do not have spiritual knowledge. Let's continue. Remember I said you don't have to do nothing, right? Let me give y'all a funny fucking story. This happened about last year. So I remember I was at the club, minding my business, and somehow, some way, I ran up to my cousin. I'm dapping him up and hugging him. I ain't seen him in years. So all of a sudden, we laughing and shit, and we having a good time. It was this white guy. He was on the stall. After he finished using the bathroom, he walked out, didn't wash his hands. So we approached the boy like, yo, you ain't gonna wash your hands? He's like, who the fuck y'all think y'all is? I'm like, yo, calm your tone, calm your tone, calm your tone. And I looked at him and I'm like, bro, I don't want to tee off on you. So he looked at me, he said some wild shit like, have a good life. I'm like, niggas, you fucking threatening me? So my cousin grabbed me like, yo, chill. And I just let that nigga be. So I'm still heated because I don't like motherfuckers talking shit to me like that. So I'm still heated because I'm thinking about going to the side where he at and slap the shit out of him. So all of a sudden I forgot all about it because I'm talking to this bad chick. All I know is out of nowhere, I got a fucking Dutch in my pocket. I want to spark up and go outside and spark up. And out of nowhere, while I'm smoking my weed, security guards threw somebody out. And they threw out the same dude that said that wild shit to me. You see what I mean? You don't gotta do nothing. Let's get deep into the story. So he drunk as shit, talking shit, causing all type of cash shit. What he didn't know was there was a cop right there. He wasn't paying attention. So the cop go up to the drunk guy. Hey, yo, go home. Drunk boy like, yo, you don't know who the fuck I am, this and third. The cop telling him, yo, go home. Being a drunk ass white boy, he wasn't trying to hear that shit. So all of a sudden the cop said, I'm gonna give you another warning. Yo, go home. He still wasn't trying to hear it. So the cop tried to play it cool, like I ain't trying to do paperwork, so I'm gonna keep it fucking moving. So he kept on talking shit to the cop. What wound up happening, he charged at the cop. The cop did some reverse shit and slammed him so hard that his ankle was on the other side, broke his fucking ankle, and we was all out there like, ah! And the cop warned this man millions of times, go home. So put him in handcuffs and everything, and I put two and two together. That man was really trying to fucking threaten me, and that was a hell of a backfire. Let's continue. So I remember years ago, I did a protection ritual for a good female client of mine. We still good friends to this day. And she said she was at the bus stop minding her business. Then all of a sudden, she heard something say, excuse me, can you walk about 3 blocks? And she looked at him, he was a young boy. When somebody young come up to you and approach you like, yo, can you respectfully walk up 3 blocks? You better best believe something crucial is about to go down, and he's just giving you one warning. My client said she got up and she ran. While she walked them few blocks, she heard wop, 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 wop. Y'all understand what I'm saying? That made it on the news. I'm not going to talk about where it was at, but it made it on the news. That's how serious it was. Now, sometimes when you do protection rituals, it can be weird stuff like that happening. Random people will come out of nowhere and tell you, yo, go home, or yo, get off this block. You an innocent bystander and a civilian, but don't get in your pride and ego and talk shit. When somebody tell you to walk away from this block and you don't got nothing to do with what's about to happen, that is a form of respect of, yo, I don't want to harm you. I don't want you to be in harm's way. Just walk away because it's about to be heavy. When you do spiritual protection, the best thing you got to do is stay the hell out the way. Still remain humble, still present yourself well, still be friendly, but do not be out here trying to cause trouble, because your protection is not going to save you if you out here causing mayhem and causing trouble. The best thing you got to do is be an innocent bystander. Mind your business and keep it moving. You got to understand, when you under spiritual protection, this might be funny, but this is how I look at it. This is my analogy. The spirits that is around you are going to move like light-skinned people. Some of these people or some of these spirits can be angels or demons, or some of them can be your ancestors. Somebody can say one simple thing to you, and if the spirits around you hear something, it's going to be some shit. I remember one of my clients, he called me and told me some shit was going down. He was at a party playing spades. He won. Dude was drunk, crashing out, showing off in front of his new bitch, and he threatened to kill him. Like, he wasn't going to do shit, but he said it. And he literally said it more than once. And what wound up happening to that man a month down the line, that same girl that he was with, showing off in front of, wound up stabbing that man because he gave her HIV. Spirits has a weird sense of humor when it comes to protection. Protection magic is very brutal. That's why I have plenty of story times about it, but I never talks about it because, it gets that heavy. Some things is too hot for TV. And what do I mean too hot for TV? Like, bro, like it's just too hot. Like, it's crazy. When you get spiritual protection done, it can be stuff from the past, something that happened 20 years ago. You're going to get justice out of it. It could be somebody that did you wrong years ago and they all moved on, forgot about it. Not even a spiritual attack, it's just something that they did wrong to you. One of my clients called me and she gave me a testimony. It's on my Instagram. I promised her I would never, ever, ever put it on YouTube. So what wound up happening, I think somebody tried to do something wrong to her, like potentially sexually assault her years ago. That person wound up getting hospitalized and they now crippled for the rest of their life. When you get protection work done, you gotta make sure this is for you. This is Melvin Brown. This is the Melvin Brown Experience. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe, email me. I am out.